Here we go. Hey, what's up, party people? Jasper Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Happy Friday. Yes, TGIF. With everything going on this week, and there's been a number of stories, especially the one overpowering, and that is the Rittenhouse trial, which of course continues into day 3 of deliberation with no verdict, and a couple of new developments going on in this case, but I'll cover that in my next video. This video, we're going to lighten up a bit. I want to try to throw some of these in the mix from time to time. One, Karen Lebroney James. Yes, Mr. Lebroney James, NBA great, future Hall of Famer, NBA champion, league MVP. Aside of those basketball stats, he claims to be an activist. He claims to be politically savvy. But yet, every time he opens his mouth, he shoves his legs down his throat. He sat down with CNN's Don Lemon, I think it was a few years back, and slammed Trump for being racist, which of course, nothing behind it, no evidence. Then, of course, the infamous Officer Nate Silverman's TikTok video where he basically rips a hole into Lebroney James the size of Jupiter, and Lebroney James has never recovered. But, of course, Nate Silverman, Officer Nate, lost his job because of it. So, yeah. Politically charged? Nah. But in this latest, we have one, ENES KANTER. Now, you may not know who he is. He is a NBA player for the Boston Celtics. ENES KANTER, who has been very vocal as of late regarding Lebroney James and his ties to China, but yet Lebroney James slams Kyle Rittenhouse for being emotional on the stand during his testimony. But when it comes to China, yeah, Lebroney's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Money over morals for the king. ENES KANTER slams Lebroney James for ignoring Chinese genocide. Yes. ENES KANTER, who's quickly becoming the NBA's moral conscience, released a new shoe design taking the league, and especially Lebroney James, to task for failing to recognize human rights crimes of NBA Chinese partners. On Thursday, KANTER blasted his fellow players for pretending to care about social justice, even though they ignore China's horrendous record of human rights abuses, all in the pursuit of money. More to the point, KANTER aimed his barbs directly at NBA star Karen James, who styled himself as King James by accusing James of putting money over morals. Money over morals for the king, KANTER sharply tweeted. Sad and disgusting how these athletes pretend to care about social justice. KANTER continued, they really do shut up and dribble when the big boss China says so. Ouch. Did you educate yourself about the slave labor that made your shoes? Or is that not part of your research, he said. Of course, that was his tweet. China currently one of the biggest violators of human rights in the world. KANTER also blasted Joe Dementia for playing footsie with China in a tweet posted Sunday. KANTER told Biden to stop playing games with bullies. President Dementia and dictator Xi Jinping are scheduled to speak. Stop playing games with bullies and do what you promised to the world. Prioritize human rights. Will Dementia ask about the Uyghur genocide or assault on Tibetans and HK, Hong Kong? Or will they pat each other on the back? Yeah, turns out they did. KANTER has focused on abuses in China for the last several months, trying to get his fellow partners to begin to see the horrors that communist giant forces in its minority populations. To those of you who care about human dignity, please join me in spreading the word. What's happening to the Uyghurs, it's pronounced, is one of the worst human rights abuses in the world. We cannot stay silent. ENES KANTER. Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party. Someone has to teach you a lesson. I will never apologize for speaking the truth. You cannot buy me, nor scare me, nor silence me. Bring it on. To the owner of Nike, Phil Knight, how about I book a plane for us and let's fly to China together? We can try to visit these slave labor camps and you can see with your own eyes King James and Jumpman 23, i.e. Michael Jordan. He's brought the GOAT involved in this. Oh my. You guys are welcome to come too. Kanter's activism is not unfounded. In March, a report by the independent think tank New Lines Institute for Strategy and Policy cites dozens of experts who agree that China is the worst human rights violator of the modern age. China, the report concluded, is indisputably guilty of genocide against the Uyghur people. Kanter's Celtics will face Lebroney James and the Lakers this Friday night, i.e. tonight. My thoughts. Wow. ENES Kanter goes on a slam parade against Lebroney James and brings Michael Jordan into the fold by saying, hey, let's take a look-see of where your shoes are being made. As we all know, Nike is made in China. Nike is not made in America, and it's made in slave labor camps for what? The sneakers may cost $5. $10, $25 to make, and yet over here, a pair of Lebroney James' shoes goes for about $1.50, $1.75, even up to as $2.25 that I've seen. Of course, with everything going up, it's probably going to be $300 before the end of the year. But ENES Kanter makes several great points regarding China's human rights abuses. The Uyghurs, for example, has been talked about for the last 4 to 5 years by a number of people. ENES Kanter is making sure that this does not go away. Lebroney James, the same Lebroney James who slammed a general manager for the Houston Rockets, who said, I stand by Hong Kong in their protests, in their human rights. And then, of course, Lebroney James says, you have no idea what you're talking about. Some people say things because they sound uneducated. Well, being that Lebroney James got his foreign policy and political degrees from, I'll wait. Yeah. Lebroney's a clown. Dementia is a clown. For ENES Kanter to bring Michael Jordan into this, we're going to see if Michael responds. I don't think so. Michael knows where his shoes are made, and Michael knows where his bread is buttered. Does he need Nike? No. That's why he has his own brand. He doesn't need Nike. He could easily break away from Nike and say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to sign with somebody else, do my own shoes, or I'm just going to do my shoes independently. But I won't say Michael's been eerily silent regarding this, only because this is still fresh. Would it be nice? Yes. Do we expect it? No. Same thing with Lebroney James. Lebroney James is going to be silent about this. He's not going to shoot his mouth off regarding ENES Kanter. I guess King James thinks ENES Kanter is below him. I'm not going to answer to the peasants because of who I am. Well, Lebroney's a douche. He's a little biatch, and that's what he is. And that's what he'll always be, because he decided to stick his nose in political business where he has no education of it whatsoever. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Bergonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.